What's happening, gang? It's your boy Jordan back with another video. Guys, we have Kevin Samuels on interracial relationships. Guys, what do you think about interracial relationships? Bad thing, good thing? Hey, let's not have any real sinister negativity in the comment section. Let's try and keep it plain and cool. Okay, if you're against it, you're against it. That's fine. But let's not be real harsh and sinister and foul. I don't want to see any foul language in the comments. But listen, I'm in a interracial relationship. I kind of always have been into interracial relationships. I'm not saying that I would never ever be. I was never open to the kind of whole kind of same race relationship. I've always been open to it, but I've just always attracted another race, you know. Well, let's say white women. Let's just say that. Let's just be open and out there. You know, I don't know. I just never ever really had and never had an opportunity to go there. I mean, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. I just feel like when I have been out in the past, being out with my mates and all that stuff, it's just the area I live as well. It's more majority white area. I mean, over the years, predominantly you've seen a lot of black, Asian community coming into it as well. But you know, me even growing up, I mean, it was a big white community. I mean, yeah, you got your odd, you know, you had some black community present, but not so much Asian, in like Indian, all that. You didn't really have that. Over the years it's grown, which is a good thing. But you know, when you go into London, when you go into central London, all types of different races, all from everywhere, from, you know, other side of the world, South African, all different types. So, you know, until I was, I'm gonna say early 20s, I didn't really start venturing out those sides until I was in my real early 20s, like 20, 21. But you know, I've always been in a relationship anyway. But yeah, I don't mind it. I think we live in a world now where it's so interracial, you know, where it's just basically the world now is completely different to what it was 30, 40, 50 years ago, you know. People have congregated over here now. Obviously, all I know from my family history is, you know, when it comes to my nan, she come from the Caribbean, came over here. You know, my dad met a white woman, had me. Obviously, they're still together to this day. You know, so it's always been, I've always had a good experience with it because, you know, I'm mixed race. So why would I have a problem with it, you know? It wouldn't make any sense. But we're going to hear the one and only Kevin Samuels talk about this subject. I don't know if he's going to agree or disagree with it. I have no idea. But I just want to have his take on it. And obviously, guys, give me your takes as well in the comments. Like I said, don't be foul, don't be mean. Just be open up and on it. Be open and honest. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
I say make yourself the best version of yourself and pick from the best you have available. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, but most people want their group.
Right.
See, what I think the disconnect comes when you feel like you're having to pick from lesser options, but that's a function of you. Like you said, if you make yourself the top choice or become the best version of you, and you can say, and know not what you want, but know what you need. That's a difference. Know what you need and then pick for that and outcomes, not for short term. That's relationship. I mean, think about you and your best friend. Y'all want to kill each other sometimes.
Yeah, this guy want to kill each other all the time, man.
But let somebody fuck with him.
Oh yeah.
You know I'm coming.
That's it.
Blame me.
Blame me back.
That's it. And that's the thing. We have that as men. Men want that with women too.
Thanks.
And women want that with men. And the thing is, that person may look different from a want standpoint versus a need. And I just actually speak to that. If you look at what it did with the thing with Tommy Lee came on, and she said, you know, I really do want that. I'm like, I just want to trust. I'm like, I get it. And more women would be likely to get what they need if they're willing to be vulnerable and risk saying that. Because what they've been told is every man out here ain't shit. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, bills, such and so forth. And women today, in my opinion, don't truly know modern men. They know the caricature. They know the character of men. I'm like, well, I mean, the icon of men. Now, what you need to do is understand, if you actually understood that they're got wants, needs, and desires too, it will be a lot easier for you to let your guard down and let yourself risk being in a relationship, because it's always a risk.
I saw a video of you discussing this sort of Instagram live that Tommy Loren did. And for those who don't know, Tommy Loren, kind of conservative commentator and whatnot. And I had heard about the video because I was vaguely aware of it when it went viral. In the early days, basically a bunch of people dunking on her and try to act like what she was saying was crazy. I actually watched the video in the context of you sort of reviewing it. And I mean, what she was saying was unbelievably commonplace, obvious shit. She was basically saying, if you're a guy and you want to be with me, or any of my friends who apparently also have good things going on for them, who are accomplishing something, don't do this, this, and this, because these are things that are going to make me not take you seriously. And as a person who's now in a relationship, I'm listening to her talk. I'm like, of course, if I was a guy and I wanted to win over this girl, you're going to not want to do anything disrespectful to her. You're going to not make it obvious that you're just trying to hang out with her at 2 o'clock in the morning because you just got home from the bar, etc. And somehow... Sorry, I thought you were going for that. Somehow this is considered controversial, and I'm watching you sort of like explaining that essentially this is pretty standard good advice if you want to be successful in your love life.
Yeah, and see, we have made this so damn complicated.
And somehow this is political as well.
It's complicated. I mean, we've overcomplicated it. And see, one of the beauties of my show is I acknowledge men are visual and women want... I'm all about hypergamy. I don't. Yes, you want the high value man. You want a man who can protect, provide, and whatever that comes in. But that's what you want. That's nature. Yeah, I accept that. And men are visual. We have over freaking complicated. So I go back to something I said a little while ago about my Facebook group.
So
you know what's unique about that? I just picked from men. I just asked some basic questions. How old are you? Marital status.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there are women, girls out there today in this day and age, the modern type, and they feel like men are looking for like. They feel like men are just like so confused. It's like we're not. We are simple creatures, man. Like, it's so true. We're very visual creatures. Like, okay, do I want a girl that can have a conversation with me? Of course, but that's just basic. Does she have to be of high intelligence? Not really. Does she have to have a degree and a master's? Not really. I feel like women overcomplicate it. Like, I feel like they have to have all these things ready for a man. It's like, you don't. You really, really don't. Like, we are very, very basic creatures. We're very visual. I'll probably say 70 to 8% is visual. Like, we wanna know that you're going to the gym. We want to know that you're looking good. You know, attractiveness is very important to us, and it is. And it's not to sound harsh, but that's why you tend to find women that are overweight, are obese, don't really look after themselves. They're the ones that are kind of coming out with these toxic traits. Oh, men ain't shit. Men ain't this. Men ain't that. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, you're saying that because no man's looking upon you because you don't look after yourself. And with a woman, I bet you guarantee you say the same shit about a man. You want a man to protect, provide, caress you, look after you emotionally, all that stuff, yeah? What he just said. What if a man was a bum? He's being a bum. He's overweight. He's being a bum. He's not looking after. You'd say the same thing. Well, no, he's a bum. I don't want a man who's a bum. I don't want a man that doesn't want to look after me and protect me. It's the same shit. So why do women feel offended when us men know what we want, we say what we want, but you feel offended by it? If I was a woman, I'd be smart and listen to that information and take it on board.
Do you want to be married? Do you have any kids? And then I just went and verified, where you work. I don't care where you work, but just that's it. And from the women, I pick women who are feminine, beautiful, and reasonable. That's it. I'm not a matchmaker. I'm not a love demigod, but I truly believe in human nature because image is human nature. I took men and women who were like-minded, and I did something novel. I put them in a room together.
Right.
And I said, here's what we're going to do. All the stuff that's outside, we're not going to bring any of the salacious, stuff that's just going to be openly controversial. We're not going to talk about that. This is a group for men. We get in here, network together, talk about business, and the women are our welcome guests. Guess what? Women get a chance to sit back and say, me, you, and us to work together. Talk, communicate. They come in and ask questions. I was like, you got to be able to be willing to answer questions because this is a different kind of woman. She's already admitted she's feminine, and she wants to be cooperative and work with a man. Guess what? Couples are getting together left and right in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you leave people alone and we will sort ourselves out. It's called assortative mating. Stop, just let people be. But we've tried to engineer relationships based upon these false standards I won't say, things that create a narrative that ultimately doesn't make either side very happy. And you leave people alone. What's really funny is when a woman says, you know what, I never would normally consider a guy like this, but he had already passed this basic litmus test. And I got a chance to see how he moved, and I like that.
It's the opposite of Tinder. Like when I was on Tinder back in the day, I remember really feeling like this doesn't make sense to me because I'm a guy who goes to the bar and tries to meet girls. I'm a guy who goes to the club and tries to meet girls. Somehow I'm sitting here looking at this app. It's got like potentially infinite women, and it makes me feel miserable swiping through, looking at them one by one because of the overt choice embedded in it. What you're talking about is like, let's put a couple dozen people or whatever in this group and actually see what happens if they try to take each other seriously.
And you're picking on.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tinder, is like one of the most flawed apps. It's so, man. Like a couple of buddies of mine that used to have it. It's like I've never had it. I have never ever touched it. I've never been on the platform. I never will because I'm in a relationship. But anyway, even if I was single, like I would never ever touch that app. Because like you said, it's like an over choice. Like it's overdoing it, man. It's like you're swiping left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like, bro, just go out. Go in a bar, go in a club or wherever you commute to meet different people, right? You've only got 30, 40 people in there, a couple of hundred people in there, 100 people in there. That's your choice now. That's your pick. It's so much slimmer and so much easier to have serious conversations with people. When you're just swiping on Tinder, how are you meant to take people seriously? Oh yeah, I met this girl on Tinder. Yeah, but it's like, bro, like you don't really know much about her. So when you go on a date and it's shit, oh, I went on Tinder, I went on a date, it didn't work out, it didn't do this, don't get me wrong, like there's a 1% of people that, oh, we met on Tinder, we got married. It's like, bro, like that's literally 1%. Like, rest of us, or rest of you, go on a date, oh, it was shit, man. Well, what did you expect? Oh, well, he slept with me and he just called it quits. What do you expect? You don't know the guy. You haven't had a serious conversation with him. Go out where you've never met the person, you've never physically seen the person. Boom. You can have a serious conversation because you're limited with choice in the bar, in the club.
Straight appearance. That's 7 seconds. That's a very small time frame. And I've actually helped guys write profiles. And honestly, I'm on these apps because I like to know what's going on. Tinder, which was one before Tinder?
Bumble? Bumble's a big one. Or it used to be.
But Bumble has changed. They've taken away the weight and thing. They want body positivity as this week.
Oh God!
But I said, okay, you want that? But are you going to take the height and income thing away from men? Of course, that didn't work. But I look, Match.com, Plenty of Fish, and I'm like, I've witnessed these things. I've dated on these things before, and it reduces people down to swipe left, swipe right. But then what's the success out of this? The success comes from just asking some baseline questions. You know what a Sadie Hawkins dance is?
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's
When
what
the girls ask the guys.
We
that's
miss
what-
that these days. Yeah.
And basically, that's what I did with Match.com. That's what I did on Facebook. I said, these guys are provider males, and you are women who want men. Sadie Hawkins. And I look up, and somebody's like, oh, yeah, I'm inside the first week. I'm in Boston. She's Atlanta. I flew up there. I'm finding out they're in a relationship 30 days later. I'm finding out, I was going to go move out of here, and I'm going to go to the DR. I joined your group just because I said I would. Now I found my wife, my fiance, who's now my wife. I'm like, well, and the thing is, how can a guy who's an image consultant, who's now become a relationship guru of sorts, how can I do that? And all you folks who are in this business, that's really where I'm at now. Where are you matchmakers on? Where are your results? Where are these people? Because as an image consultant, I want you to come in, I want to get you square, and not want you to go out and win. I want to keep you on the payroll for a lifetime. I'm a failure if that's it. If you need me to dress you for every dadgum thing, different at a higher level. But you see what I'm saying? You're supposed to get people to the where they can move on and do something else.
Yeah.
We have a relationship industrial complex, as it were, that keeps people single, miserable, taking Prozac, Zoloft, drinking wine, and watching Netflix and chill movies. That doesn't benefit the end user, does it?
And you mentioned Japan earlier, and I remember one thing that I saw when I went to Japan was the realization. The guy who's showing us around says, "This is a building where you can go in and you can hire a woman to cuddle with you."
Yes.
It's not a prostitute.
Yes.
Not in a sex
Wow,
but you lay there and you hold her and you stare into her eyes. So they've actually managed to, commercialize every part of the relationship so that if you're looking for an intimate connection, here's a $20 an hour. You get to stare into her eyes. Okay, guys, we want to thank you so.
Wow, that's crazy, man. What? They move him crazy in Japan, man. Shit. That's nuts. Wow, they're actually breaking it down like that. Listen, RIP against Kevin Samuels, man. God bless you. My thought on it, like I said, my thought on interracial, man. Like, you've got so many options now. Male, female. You got so many options today, man. And I really think like race isn't the problem. It's like Kevin said. I feel like you have to become a stronger person. You have to build yourself up as a person first, and then that's the choices you have in life depend on who you are as a person and how you come across, and it's all up here. And it's like you hear people moan all the time, like, why am I not? Oh, why can I not get a boyfriend? Why can I not get a girlfriend? It's like, well, look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe attractive, but what are your actions like? What are some of your choices? Are you going for the right guy? Maybe you're a bad decision maker or a bad judge of character, because it's like you're going for the same dude or the same girl that you keep sleeping with first night, and then you expect them to kind of hug you, fend off you, and go on more dates. It's like, it can happen. That may be a possibility. Like I said, very slim. But most of the time, this is what men do. Men, if men want to date you and they want to, really find out who you are and what you're about. Okay, if you offer them sex on the first night, if they're attracted to you, they may go on another date with you. But like I said, it can be slim. The scales are just going like this. However, if you go on 2 dates, 3 dates, and don't offer no sex, then you offer sex on the third or the fourth date, then I reckon there's more of a chance of you actually finding and gaining a relationship out of that, because he knows that you're not easy. He knows that, you won't just settle for anyone. You're not opening up your body to everyone and anything. Like you have to bring something first, and it's men like that, don't get me wrong. Like men, like I said, from a visual standpoint, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at your visuality, your attractiveness. And I feel like modern day women feel offended by that, but it's like, no, that's just how we work. The same as you. Like, if there's that whole stereotype, if man's a bum if he's not earning over 6 figures, man's not this if he's not earning 6 figures. I want a man that okay, so you can have your man that, you want a man that earns over 6 figures, but I can't have a woman that I'm not allowed to have a woman that can keep on a good weight or go to the gym or do this or do that. I'm just speaking. I'm just trying to make a point. It's like women have so many standards for men. But it's like, well, when we put standards, it's offensive. Give me one man that has ever felt offended, like who has ever argued or screamed out loud or had an outburst about their height. They get turned away. They shrug their shoulders. You call a woman fat or you call a woman ugly, crying emotional, all their friends gang up on you. Oh, you can't say that. I've seen it so many times, and it's like, oh, I don't want a guy under 6 foot. Okay, I don't want a woman that weighs over 200 pounds. Oh no, and you can't. That's body shaming. Oh, cut it out. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, not just interracial relationship. I'm talking about men and women in general. Men and women in general. It is so overcomplicated today, man. It shouldn't be that. Men are simple. Men are visual. Women want a man that is protective. Okay, earns a decent amount of money. I'm not saying that the guy has to be broke. I get that, but if he's earning an average salary, why is that bad? Oh no, I want a man that's, bro, settle for what you have. Like I said, look at yourself in the mirror. Whether you're male or female, like, where would you put yourself on that chart? Would you call yourself high value? Do you earn over 6 figures? If you do, I can see your point. If you don't, then what are you talking about? Attractiveness. Do you work out? Do you put makeup on? Do you make yourself look good every single day? Do you put perfume on? Do you dress up nicely? If you don't do any of those things, then there are your options. That's why you can't find an attractive or a high value man in your eyes. That's why you can't find a woman that's on that level, because it's like, look at yourself. Simple. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that video, man. Great insight from Kevin Samuels there. Keep commenting on the videos. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Also, guys, you here with your boy Jordan, and I will see you in the next video.